Welcome to Tof Talks, where we go beyond the business and dive into the stories behind the brand. Ngayong episode, makakasama natin ang pinapapassionate and creative storyteller with events and podcasting scene. This is Tof Talks.
Now
Thank you for having me, by the way.
Yeah, now you're here as a guest. So thank you. Thank you for taking the time, Brian, to come here. And of course, let's catch up on what you've been working on. And syempre, let's find out more about what
Yeah.
has been going on Life Over Whiskey. Yeah, I mean, thank you. Congrats for the success on Life Over Whiskey.
I thank you.
And I see it growing so fast over since last year na nakita ko. For Kane and Derek, you're really working on it very hard. So
I can't believe how technically fast the brand is growing. When we met, we only had a couple of thousands. So I think the degree right now, it's reaching 500,000. Hindi ko siya na-imagine that we would achieve in a short amount of time. And honestly, in Life Over Whiskey, we always have that idea that we're just gonna interview people, value people, and get to know their story. Yun lang talaga.
how many guests have you had on the show?
Oh no, I can't even count, pero di ko na
100 na ba? Umabot na ba?
episodes wise, we're more than 100 eh.
More than 100 na. Siguro ano yung mga pinaka-memorable guests that you had on the show or mga main insights you got?
Napakadami. One of which siguro pinakatumatak din sa akin is yung recent namin episode with Christopher Dewa.
Oh, yeah,
We were
that's a-
speaking
Yeah,
behind
you
the
thought
scenes
it's
about this guy.
yeah, it's crazy how much he's blowing up. And I saw, like, sumakto, nakita ko yung Life Over Whiskey episodes. Like, oh my God, he guested on Life Over Whiskey.
Finally. Kasi,
Yeah.
the story is like 12 years before he finally caught his break.
Yeah.
To think na tiniis niya, nagbaka sakali siya 12 years ago and it didn't work out. He had to accept the fact that it's not happening at that time. And then, lo and behold, 12 years after, bigla sumabog,
Yeah.
hindi mo masabi kung kailan yung tamang panahon eh.
Yeah.
You only know what you feel like is for you, pero hindi mo masabi kung kailan. Hindi siya about, eto ba? It's about kailan ba?
And is that how you also feel about Life Over Whiskey? Na
Yeah,
Parang, what was your expectations coming into it? Or parang, you didn't really want it to be big. Basta, okay, I want to do this. Oh, that's all I'm focusing on. And then,
Yeah.
natural na lang yung progression na, people resonated with your content.
Yeah.
And then,
We started that as a way to promote our businesses.
yeah.
Yung business ni Direct, which is Paper Street Production, and me, Cloud Studio.
Yeah.
We wanted it to be a platform where matututo yung tao. Kapupulutan ng aral. Yun yung pinaka-end goal of everything. Like every single time we sit down, we talk to one person, the ultimate goal is, are the audience learning through the episode? We create a show, sa kanya nanggaling yung idea of naming it Life Over Whiskey, but we really help one another bring that brand to where it is today. But those were the humble beginnings of what Life Over Whiskey is today.
Yeah. Talking about Cloud Studio, you mentioned earlier. But how does Cloud Studio tie into what you do right now together with Life Over Whiskey and all the other?
And the vision for Cloud Studio is to make content creation accessible and affordable for everyone, wherever, whenever. And that's why it's Cloud.
Cloud Studio.
At that time, what the business needed was to continue providing event production services. So kaya hanggang ngayon, event production pa rin yung core of Cloud Studio. But we help in terms of the creative direction, the branding of these events, such as VoiceCon, as I mentioned. So that's for Cloud Studio. How it ties up with Life Over Whiskey, not so much, but I would say that sa akin kasi walang aksidente eh. Everything that you do may direct correlation yan eh, or maybe direct connection. It's figuring out how to integrate. Cloud Studio is helpful, let's say, put it into perspective na Life Over Whiskey. Cloud Studio will be helpful if in case we do, let's say, hybrid event for Life Over Whiskey, we can hold parang a live podcast episode.
Yeah.
People can be here listening to us and maybe listening virtually or online.
Yeah.
So having that in my arsenal I can further support Life Over Whiskey. Kung ano man endeavors ng Life Over Whiskey.
And do you feel like all these projects of yours from Life Over Whiskey, Cloud Studio, do you feel like you're utilizing different parts of yourself na parang
Yeah,
na-explore ka more?
I guess, I started Cloud Studio and maybe VoiceCon as a way to support people. As a way for people to see that they have a message to share and a story to tell. And I would say a voice worth listening to. Yun yung dalawa na yan. I think Life Over Whiskey for me is my, I should say, gift to the world or to whoever is listening. Because I realized eventually na, as much as I am willing to be behind the scenes, behind the spotlight, I can't forever live in the shadows. I have to be seen. I have to share to people this message na alam ko ako lang eh. And that's also the message that I want people to realize when I'm supporting them, that again, they have a voice worth listening to.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel like ang approach ko on each of those ventures that I have.
Yeah, so it's really that innate want to share value talaga. To give value, to share the light on other people's stories and insights na makuha from, the inspiration on what people have gone through and struggles. Like, you also have, diba, with your personal life, you've had that, like you said, you've always, before you felt like a back-end kind of guy or in the shadows. And can we go deeper into what made you?
No, madali kasi to convince ourselves that we don't deserve the spotlight. It's easy to hide behind the shadow of not being good enough, or you feel that you're not worthy. So it's a natural conversation that you will have with yourself. People can say it's a limiting belief. People can say that those are the doubts creeping into you whenever you feel like you're going outside of your comfort zone. But I guess it's about also listening in kung ano ba talagang totoo. So I'd like to think na gusto ko ma-overcome yun ng mga tao that I help.
Yeah. So for you, what worked for you to overcome that?
Life Over Risky is one.
Okay.
Just simply putting yourself out there. Like, showing up even if you feel like kinakabahan ka,
Yeah.
or you feel like parang gusto ko sakit tiyan mo. Mga ganung moments eh. Like, I remember the first time that I spoke in front of an audience. Kakabahan ka talaga eh.
Of course. I think even like big
It's
stars.
natural.
Like I remember like Tom Cruise was interviewed. I think for the recent like Mission Impossible movie. Parang sabi niya, because he still gets scared doing all those stunts himself, right? As an actor at this age.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's the moment you do it talaga. Meaning that there's gonna be a big impact after that when you do it. The moment, if it's something scares you, especially then you do it.
You'd be surprised that there's a lot of artists talaga na may stage fright.
Yeah.
So imagine mo, like speaking in front of people. But yun nga, tama ka eh. What is beyond fear? The other side of the doubts. And the only person who can answer that is you.
Yeah.
So my way of trying to overcome it, yun nga, is showing up, speaking to people.
Yeah.
Like, bro, if you've met me siguro mga 7 years ago, maybe you wouldn't like me. Because I really could not express my thoughts. I cannot communicate. And I always say, you wouldn't make sense until you do. And what I mean by that is, try. May mga gabi na inisip mo na, shit, sana ganito yung sinabi ko, sana di ko to sinabi.
Oh yeah, I have those moments too.
Yeah, right?
Did I say it wrong? Did I embarrass myself? And then you're like, so all the self-doubt.
Sabi mo ba sarili mo na, ay, di na ako kausap na ibang tao? Right? You don't say that to yourself.
Yeah. Actually, if you met me like a year ago, just even a little bit now. If I hear myself, I see myself, I'm wala masyadong picture. Like,
Yeah.
I'm really bad at taking pictures. I didn't know how to smile. So, sobrang cautious ko sa sarili ko. Like, I really did not like
Di
talking
ba?
to people. But like, I mean, I just jumped into it, and
Exactly.
things that helped me was really meeting people talaga, putting myself out there, like right now, and I asked help from you.
Being seen.
Yeah,
Even,
being
like,
seen, being seen.
self-doubts will always be there.
Yeah.
But if you, but sana kung wala naman talagang halaga or sense yung
Mm.
sinasabi mo, meron naman eh.
Yeah.
Di ba? It's just a matter of like, how are you able to express it a lot better?
Yeah.
Diba? So, ayun, if just looping back to your question, that for me are some of the ways that I help myself overcome yung my perception of, ay, hindi ko deserve to be here. You know?
From someone coming from, doing life over whiskey, content creation, and marketing, anong advice mo bibigay mo to someone who's just starting out, especially, today? Like, what are the tools available to them, or what are the opportunities that can be possible for people who want to start something like what you do?
Sure. If you are watching this episode, una-una supportahan nyo si Tof. Kasi maybe just like you, ganun din si Tof dati. Hindi na iniisip na this would be possible, that there will come a time na may kinig sa kanya. And that should also maybe para sa inyo resonate, because yung mga tao who's willing to be seen are those, for me, honoring yung gifts na binigay sa kanya ng Panginoon, or Lord has given us gifts na tayo lang yung makakapag-materialize of fulfill in our lifetime. So if you're someone who's struggling into figuring out, just try and see where life leads you, and may this episode be an inspiration na baka it's your time, baka panahon na gawin mo naman yung kung ano gusto mong gawin, and you'll be surprised yung mga tao na makikinig sa'yo.